get that thing to turn over. I guess we just head to the Nile River. It's the longest river in the world. It goes on for Niles and Niles and Niles and Niles. And if you don't believe me, you are probably in
denial.
A boat. If you were in denial, I'd be into trouble. Up on the left is an African bull elephant. Now, fun fact about elephants, they actually have the best memory in the entire jungle. I wish I had a memory like that. It would really help me with my job. Up on the right is an African bull elephant. Now, fun fact about elephants, they actually have the best memory in the entire jungle. I wish I had a memory like that. It would really help me with my job. We're going to head on into the African belt. I used to show people the African pants, but they've been slacking. And the African shoes wanted to take a step back from the spotlight. If you look up on the right, we've got some bearded horses, long neck horses, tiny horned horses, stripy horses. Oh my gosh, guys, look at the lions protecting that stripy horse while he sleeps. Poor guy looks dead. Tired. Dead tired. Yeah, we'll let him rest. In pieces. Oh boy, not again. Up on the right, guys, that's what we like to call a beach full of rocks. Now, if that were anything other than a beach full of rocks, like Skipper Felix on his first and last day at the Jungle Cruise, Skipper Mac would have a lot of skipper paperwork to do. We told Felix not to get out of his boat. Clearly, he's a terrible listener. What a rhino. Has anyone here in the room whether there are alligators in the water? Yeah, you were lied to. That's a pair of Crocs. That's Smiley and her girlfriend Ginger. Now be careful with Ginger, she does snap. Yeah, she's one tough cookie. But if you look in front of you, you're going to see the most amazing, the most stupendous, the most gorgeous sight in the entire jungle. That's right, folks. Me. You're welcome. Behind me is Schweitzer Falls, named after the Jungle Navigation Company's fearless founder, Dr. Albert Falls. Yeah, we missed it. That's okay. We're going to go over it later. Now, my friends often look at me and they go, Skipper Mac, and I go, what do you want? And they go, how'd you land a job in the jungle? Guys, I think it's pretty plain to see. Poorly. But it's safe to say my flight career never really set sail. I sure do though. But we all know what a down plane in the jungle means, right? Right, good job, you got it. Hungry, hungry hippos. There they are. You guys have any marbles? I lost mine. Now, I'm going to scare these hippos off the same way my family scares me every single holiday. That's right. Hey! When's your wedding? When are you going to use your degree? Guys, jokes on my family. I don't have a degree. Now people get all my notes and they go, Skipper Mac, your job's so easy, a monkey can do it. That's ridiculous. I've never seen a monkey in a boat holding a microphone. I never have seen it, and I never will. Now, to finish up this story here, I want to take a second to show you all my bug collection. I spent a really long time on this bug collection. If anything ever happened to it, I would be shocked. My butterflies are just not what they used to be. Caterpillars. You guys aren't here to see my bugs, so you're here to see the haze wander up the world. The amazing, the marvelous, the magical, the mystical, the industrious, the illustrious, the very, very wet. My legal obligation, the back. River. Now, I'm not going to lie, this may con me a little bit nervous, okay? Alberta said something about a temple and an earthquake. Turn around before you get too close. Oh, I can't U-turn here. Two things. We go into the scary-looking temple. Well, I still can't U-turn here, so it's time to go into the dump dump. Guys, everything's going to be fine as long as my lights don't go out. Up on the left is my friend Bertha. Bertha is a wonderful example of why you should never stay in the shower too long. You'll turn into an elephant. It almost happened to me once. Guys, I'm kidding. That was a joke. I don't shower. That's Charlie. He always wants me to go for it. I would definitely cover you guys. I would definitely. Goose, gotcha. Go hammer. That's Reggie. He's always late to that too. He's what we like to call a silly little elephant. We can't really get mad at it though. Elephants notoriously have the worst memory in the whole jungle. So I'm not surprised that he forgot. Behind him on the right is one of our bolder attractions. It's the rock. A lot of people take it for granted. I just kind of like to marvel at it. Other skips don't really understand the gravelty of the situation. We'll get the limestone to someone else though. Me. I think it rocks. But those are just my sentiments. As we're not having to stay fully seated, that there's no switching seats at any point during the cruise. We do need to stay fully seated. Unless two people fell overboard, we definitely have switch seats. And that's embarrassing. So this is the part of my cruise where most people start to realize that their wallets and some of their personal belongings have gone missing. Don't worry, I know where your wallets are. As for everything else, we're going to stop at the Lost the gift shop, where you can find items that you were so excited for that. Where you can find items extremely similar to the ones that you have lost for 5 times the original price. It's a steal, truly. If you see any hats up there that you like, that you're worried we don't have your size, don't stress, don't fear. Ask any skipper on dock. We're all really good at capsizing. Wondering where Trader Sam is. He's probably off getting more merchandise. Yeah, it's crazy what people will leave in areas marked no stroller parking. They have a lot of strollers back there. Now, that was embarrassing. This is what we like to call a giraffic jam. So you take a bunch of different people in different states, you put them on one river, and you say drive, except now they heard me, so they're driving. Crazy. I don't know what they're all looking at out there, but they sure are all looking. Hey, I'm up here. I'm not in the bushes.
I saw a real frog.
Okay. And you have a real skipper in the boat. Alright. That might be on the record. Reminds me a lot of myself going around and around and around. At least he gets to go in circles. I gotta go in a squiggly oval. They're having a brief boxing match, but that's okay. I'm sure they'll put the heart to it later. If you're worried about the picture, don't be. There's no film in that camera. He's just here for the exposure. I will say if you turn in, Skipper Braden up there doesn't trust my part in or whatever that's supposed to be. So she's gonna look at it. And she's gonna go. I just got my boat there. She's gonna go. What that means, I'm gonna put a rope on the boat. She's gonna put the rope on the boat. I'm gonna stay right here. We're gonna make 2 stops. One to put the rope on the boat, the second stop to secure the rope so it's not loose and it's not pointless. So what that means is if you stand up during the first stop, I will cry. And if you make me cry, half the jungle will be very mad at you because they all love me. Because I'm perfect and I can do nothing wrong ever. As we finish this turn, though, it is going to be the most dangerous turn of our journey, the return to civilization. I want to believe in any peer pressure if I can. When we pull left to dock, there's going to be 2 docks. One on your left, one on your right. It's what we like to call a paradox. Nothing too hard about it. When you get off on the dock on the right, there's going to be 2 people in khaki. One on your left, one on your right. It's what I like to call a paradox. You can tell them I said that. They know what I think of them. I'm not quiet, and I have a teeny tiny microphone. Maybe one day Jason will move out of my parking spot. Alright, now, as we turn in, please remain fully seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the boat at all times. The parents supervise your children. As being a parent, my mom said something to me one time that really kind of shook me to my core, right? She looked at me in my little itty bitty eyeball. She said, hey, Skipper Mac. I said, hey, Skipper Mom. She said, honey, true friends never truly say goodbye. I said, wow. I don't know what that means. And then she walked away. And we never talked about it again. And I never knew what she meant. Until I met you guys.